Hey guys, welcome back to MD Cubing. I'm your host, MD Cuber. Today I have a very exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be showing you guys all of my past main 4x4s. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, so before we begin, another disclaimer, sorry about my hands. As I continue to work outside, they continue to gain damage, so I apologize about that. But if you don't mind, let's get started. Finally, something besides 3x3. I know a lot of you have been requesting that I do a different event besides 3x3. I kind of only talk about 3x3, so I thought I'd shake it up by talking about all my past main 4x4s. And what better way to do that than to get them all out. This isn't all of them. I am missing a couple of them because they are very old, and throughout the years I haven't really prioritized this as opposed to my 3x3s. But we're gonna go through each of them, and I'm just gonna explain to you what cubes they are and how memorable they are. So without further ado, let's get started. This is a V Cube 4. It was my first ever 4x4. I got it back in, I guess, middle of 2015, right when I started speed cubing after I got, my first 3x3 and learned how to solve it. It's a very old cube by today's standards, very poor turning, basically no corner cutting. It pops like crazy, and it's, like I said, very old and very bad, but it's my first ever 4x4. I really liked it at the time, but now I would never even use it. It's really interesting to see how, far the mechanisms have changed and how we've gone from, I guess, non-magnetic cubes to magnetic cubes. This makes it look like a dinosaur compared to my, current main, which you'll see at the end. But yeah, this is a V Cube 4. Next up was a purchase right after the V Cube 4. This is a Aosu Mini. I got this from the Cubicle right after, getting the V Cube 4 and wanting a better cube. This cube is unmagnetic, which is kind of insane. The turning is really, really bad. I don't like it at all. It's pretty interesting. I don't know, the mech is definitely funny. It definitely reminds me of like the Oolong feel and the Oolong look. This cube I would never use still, but it's really funny to look back and see what cubes used to be like. It's funny because like JR Cuber made this, so I guess it is kind of popular. I don't know, it's a funny cube, and I don't know, my turning on it is kind of bad. The last of the non-magnetic cubes is the Yuxin Blue. I'm pretty sure no one even owns this cube anymore, but back in the day it was really, really good. This is one of the cubes that people started magnetizing, or one of the big cubes that people started magnetizing. This is non-magnetic, but it's funny to look back and to see how the mechanisms were. And this was when Yuxin was very dominant in the market, and had a lot of people using them, like Kevin Hayes. Their products were very good. Now I don't think anyone uses a Yuxin. Even the Yuxin Little Magics are bad by today's budget cube standards. But this cube was very neat. I made it for a little bit. It's just kind of funny to look back because now it's awful. My first magnetic 4x4 was the Wuque. Finally, I can turn well and accurately. I bought this from the Cubicle, and as you can see, the Cubicle Labs logo. I absolutely love this cube. It turns very, very well. It was one of my favorite puzzles and one of my favorite mains. Unfortunately, the Wuque would get very slow after a while of using it, and you basically had to keep no lube in here. And back when DNM 37 was like the only good lube besides Maru, it was kind of hard to maintain a speed, which is why it was kind of polarizing for a lot of cubers. After the Wuque, I switched to the Aosu GTS, not the GTS 2. This is one of my favorite mains of all time, and something I would still go back to today. The feeling is just so buttery and bubbly, if that makes sense. It kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, like a GTS 2, like an original GTS 2 Stickerless. I really, really enjoy this puzzle. For some reason, I think it's just that I've done so many solves on it and had it for so long that it's just, become a staple in my collection. But this is one of my favorite 4x4 mains. Next up afterwards is, I guess, the laughed at and very unpopular GAN 460 version 1. I don't have the version 2, and I do not plan on getting the version 2. This cube was, I guess, the biggest regret that I have for a main. Looking back, I think I just made this because people, I thought it was cool. It was a GAN cube, but really this cube was just awful. Best outer layers of all time, worst inner layers of all time, as J Perm said. It is a fun cube to look at, like it's aesthetically pleasing, but overall it's just kind of bad. Like no one's gonna use this cube. I mean, come on, it has a GES system that you can't reach unless you pop off the caps. I mean, there's so many better cubes, but very interesting main. Definitely wouldn't use it now if it, came out now. Next up was the YJ MGC. This cube was definitely very interesting as a main. I love the MGC 4x4. It's still one of the cubes I can still pick up and get my average times on. I don't know, it's something about the feeling. Kind of reminds me of like a, I don't know, like a Moyu WRM 2020, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's very cushiony and very soft, and I just very much enjoy this puzzle. Doing algorithms on it was very easy. Oh my god, I'm not even doing 4x4 algorithms, but I really enjoyed this cube. I had no issues with it. Using this cube, I think, was when I finally started to get sub 1 with my solves, which is, I guess, kind of insane, seeing as though I've been cubing for, close to 10 years, and, I haven't really improved that much on 4x4. I mean, my 3x3 results far outweigh any other events. But 4x4, was, I guess, my second favorite event, and I really enjoyed this cube. I thought it was really good. But yeah. Next up is the Aosu WRM. I love this cube when it came out. As you can see, I painted the side so I could use it with my, without having to put stickers on it, being colorblind and stuff. This cube is absolutely amazing. I really like the performance. And it was very solid. I thought it was really good because, Derpy Cuber and DG Cubes were using it, and a lot of other prominent speed solvers were using it. This was a cube I, would pick up often during the pandemic and solve during online classes, which is kind of, I guess, kind of funny to think about now, in the pandemic being 5 years old. But this is definitely one of my favorite 4x4 mains, and it definitely helped me reach that like sub 50 barrier. Next up is an MGC. I just got a stickerless version, and when I wasn't using the Aosu WRM, I was using this. The Aosu WRM after a while kind of got boring, and it started to die on me, so I would pick up the MGC occasionally when the Aosu WRM wasn't really fitting my needs. This cube is, like I said, very good. I have the black one, and oftentimes I'll switch back in between. 4x4 is an event, like I said, that I've really neglected, and I don't particularly enjoy it. It's not that I don't even enjoy it, it's just that I don't really know. I prefer 3x3, but this is a cube that I, really enjoy, and, it's good. It reminds me of the black one. I think I prefer this over the black one. It's only because the stickerless shades are one of the few stickerless shades I can actually see, which is kind of weird, but yeah. Last but certainly not least is my main. This is the Aosu version 7. I absolutely adore this cube. I get my average times on it, which is really, really nice. I think this cube is, excellent, and I have nothing wrong to say about it. It's kind of funny because this is the only cube that's a 4x4 that has a ball core and, I guess a different type of magnet placement. This is a double track version, so maybe it just has the ball core and the regular magnets. I'm not exactly sure. But this cube is the only 4x4 that I truly feel I can turn like a 3x3 and get, regular results. I just got like a, what is it called, a 40-second average the other day, so it's pretty good. I like it. I don't know, I get my average times on it. I feel like my times kind of vary, but yeah, this is definitely a really enjoyable cube, and I really like it a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have an excellent day. Take care. Bye-bye.